Hey guys, what's going on? SpitBrix here, back for another LEGO Ninjago video, and today we're going to be checking out the very first LEGO Ninjago trailer that was ever created. This trailer was released in 2009 in order to showcase the concept of Ninjago as a pitch to LEGO before the official theme was launched in 2011 with the pilot sets and episodes. Keep in mind that since this trailer was made nearly 2 years prior to Ninjago being released, you will notice some very interesting differences to the show that we know and love to this day. It's truly some mind-blowing stuff. The ninja look slightly different, have some different hairstyles, and even the storyline is a bit altered. But that's just a small percentage of the topics we are going to cover in today's video. We'll also get to see a different logo that they were using at the time before the official one that's on all the set boxes to this day, and we'll also get to catch a glimpse at some early animation graphics of the ninja themselves. We'll be sure to cover all the ninja in this video that were in the trailer. And lastly, we will observe the behind-the-scenes information on the pitch that the creators of Ninjago included at the end of the trailer. This is completely some behind-the-scenes information, and this information would have been used in 2009 to try to convince the higher-ups of the LEGO group to approve the idea of Ninjago. Anyways, it's going to be a really awesome video, so be sure to stick around for the entire video so you guys do not miss out on anything, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. At the very beginning of the trailer, of course, we have those famous words, "Long before time had a name," and we have a short history briefing on Ninjago just to make sure that the audience knows exactly the, background information. So we have the Sword of Fire, we have the Shurikens of Ice, the Nunchucks of Lightning, and then you guys know that it's probably supposed to be the Scythe of Quakes, but it's just a placeholder golden sword at this point. So you'll also notice that a lot of things weren't completely finished whenever they created this trailer. Like I said, it's kind of just a preliminary concept idea for Ninjago. So just within the first couple seconds of the trailer, we already see something that is completely different nowadays than it was back here in 2009 whenever they first assembled their ideas for Ninjago. Now, at the very beginning, talks about Garmadon, talks about Wu, which are the sons of the first Spinjitzu master, the quarrel that they had, and Garmadon's banishment to the underworld once he, of course, was defeated by Wu pretty much at the time. You'll notice throughout this trailer that the graphics on it are just absolutely amazing. Of course, they're nothing like any of the animation that we have for the episodes, since this was more just artwork, more so I'd want to say, that's just kind of like moving artwork and just a little bit of animation here and there. We also have the return of Garmadon and this cool little scene where we have Garmadon with 4 arms with the swords, and we have the rest of his skeleton warriors among him. And we have Sensei Wu. Here's an interesting look at him from this animation style, this concept of what Sensei Wu is going to look like. Now, keep in mind that in this entire trailer, they don't mention Sensei Wu's name. They don't mention Garmadon, so maybe those weren't confirmed or, set in stone yet for what they were actually going to be calling these characters. That's pretty interesting. Here we can see the first rendition of Ninjago City, and I guess that would be the bounty on the bottom left. I'm not sure, maybe it is. And then this is followed by how Wu found each of the ninja. And this is definitely different compared to those first couple pilot episodes where it was explained how, Wu actually did find these ninja, because here it says that Kai was actually just, he found him at, what is this, a disco or something, and he's dancing and doing Spinjitzu already somehow. I don't really know, but he sure does look like Dareth. I just have to throw that out there. With that hairstyle, it totally looks like Dareth, but who really knows? Here's the first character design for the minifigure of Kai, just as in if this was a opening to the episodes. Whenever they show off each of the ninja, this would be kind of the idea of what you'd see. And then we go on to the next ninja. We have Zane here. He looks, quite different, but something interesting here is that the narrator over the trailer, basically, the trailer voice, just says that Zane, who is cold as snow, never mentions ice, never mentions being the master of ice or anything about the sorts, but rather snow. And so at first, I believe, that snow was going to be the element and not ice. So that's very interesting, although right here it shows him Zane, Master of Ice, which, I don't know, I gathered kind of clips from two separate trailers, and I believe this one, these images you guys can see in front of you, were probably from a few months later, maybe whenever they were, you know, finalizing some of the elements. Just something I wanted to point out. Now, here's the interesting one. This is Jay here, and on the screen, he's playing Wii. He's playing Wii Sports, which is just the most classic and iconic game ever. I love Wii Sports. I played it all the time as a kid. And if you guys have played that, let me know down below in the comments. But here, Jay is playing Wii Sports, and he's really getting after it and ends up destroying his TV monitor in the process. But he also knows Spinjitzu at the time. You guys can see Wu in the top right-hand corner. So this is how supposedly in this scenario, in this initial concept idea for Ninjago, how Wu found Jay, the Master of Lightning. Just some really cool animation styles here, just artwork for the ninja. Even back then in 2009, this was very, very impressive for that time. And last but certainly not least, out of the main four ninja, we have Cole here. He has definitely looked like that is a very unfinished animation style there, with his Spinjitzu Tornado and his sort of unofficial artwork for the minifigure character at that time. Now we have all four of the ninja here. They're at the monastery. If you look on the bottom right hand corner, you guys can see all four of them, but something doesn't add up. That's definitely not Jay's hair, so they've changed that as well. That looks like Zane's, but in brown. So obviously they changed that in between, and I believe that's Cole's back there, in which he has a lot shorter hair and lighter hair instead of that very dark sort of blackish color that his hair is in the show. Here you guys can see Wu kind of showing the ninja Spinjitzu and the powers that it possesses, as well as their elemental dragons, this is a very cool scene. Some of this was used for a trailer for the DS game for Ninjago at the very, very beginning. I believe there was that very first DS game that Ninjago had or something back in 2011, and some of these scenes like this one here was in that sort of trailer for the game at the very beginning whenever you boot up the game for the very first time. So also, if you guys have noticed any of these scenes that you guys are familiar with, that's probably where you've seen them from. Here's just some different scenes of Cole here with just training with his rock dragon in the back. We also have one of Kai with all the fire around him, Jay training with Sensei Wu. I assume that's Wisp, or at least that's how we know him today, the elemental lightning dragon in the background there. And of course we have one of Zane here. So just some really interesting animation styles that were in this trailer. And of course all four of the ninja and Wu in the very middle. Something else you'll notice from this trailer is that all of the details on the minifigures aren't really present, and that's because LEGO designs the detailing on like the torso and legs of their minifigures at the very last minute, it seems, and so for ease of animation and ease of just prototyping, they keep it all pretty blank here, and so that's what you've really been noticing from these ninja. But then the second part of this trailer is kind of the pitch, I want to say. So basically LEGO had this idea, or let's just say the creators of Ninjago had this idea. They were working for LEGO, and now they had to pitch their idea of Ninjago, of the theme as a whole, to LEGO. And so they put together this sort of animation here, which is very cool. We can see Spinjitzu in its natural form for the very first time. Here's Zane. We have Cole as well, who like comes up from the background. It's quite cool. I may overlay a little clip on here that you guys can notice them coming up. We have Jay, who comes up as well with his golden weapons, the nunchucks of lightning, which by the way is definitely made in a different way than what is the official way in the set. So there's another thing that's changed in between these 2 years. And we have Wu. Here's the look of him as a minifigure, and look at that. It's got that old retro Lego beard piece on there before they made the I guess specific one for Wu himself, for Ninjago, for Wu, as well as just a very basic Lego piece for the very top instead of the rice field hats that we know and love today that were introduced because of Ninjago. So pretty cool. Once again, no printing here because it's a very early rendition of Ninjago and of the idea. So initially, I thought that was it. I saw this sort of ending screen here of the logo, this very different logo. It's very much so more Japanese inspired with that J. I think this looks really cool, but of course it's kind of big and bulky, so they, simplified it a little bit for the official logo of Ninjago that you see on all the boxes. But I thought that was it, but no, it's not. Right after that, this is basically introducing all of the different possibilities with Ninjago. So we have the spinners, as you guys can see, all very simple, no printing, no detailing anywhere, just the 4 ninja on each of their spinners represented there respectively. And you'll notice that a lot of that's changed, such as the color of J's was actually mainly white, predominantly white, whenever it was released in 2011 in that starter pack, instead of light blue. And in fact, Zane's was light blue, so kind of interesting there. Here are some of the very early ideas for the battle cards, so you guys can see the character cards up there. Those, of course, were never any of the official ones, just what they thought of at the time would be what they'd go with, but those definitely changed. And we have the play themes and spinners. So at this very end point here, basically this is the pitch to Lego. This is the official one that's like, look at all this cool stuff you can do with all these play sets and possibilities with it. We have cool new spinner packaging. That literally was it at the end. And whenever I heard that, I knew, yes, this is definitely just, the creators of the idea of Ninjago really trying to convince others that it is a great idea to implement it and officially sell these as well. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on with creating Lego sets, Lego themes, all that stuff. I assume that there's absolutely a ton of different themes that have been thought of over the years, and probably even sets built of them, and then it just doesn't pass the inspection by higher ups in Lego, who decide that no, I don't think we should do that theme, and so then it gets pretty much deleted and canceled, and we don't even ever hear about it. But here's kind of, some things that, they'll show them. Like, look at all this cool stuff we can do in store with, those cardboard cutouts you probably saw back in the day all over the place. And the emphasis of using Kai as predominantly the main ninja to focus on for the first, year of Ninjago. He was on all the boxes, that sort. And that wraps up this exclusive look at the very first Ninjago trailer that was ever created. For the comment question on this video, I want you guys to comment what part of this trailer was the most interesting to you, and if you guys want to see more videos like this looking at the origins of Ninjago, let me know with a like rating, and of course let me know with a comment as well. That would be very much appreciated. I'm SpitBrix. If you guys did enjoy, check out one of the videos on screen right now for more Ninjago content. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and as always, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video coming very soon.